Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about what I do to start making 1K to 3K plus per month online ASAP. So in this video, I'm just going to go over the 3 steps of what I'd personally do if I wanted to make that kind of money as soon as possible, and pretty much just give you some mistakes, give you some failures to avoid, as well as some tips on how to execute each step. Okay, so if you don't already know, my name is Matt Jacob, and what I help people with is this type of stuff, making 1 to 3K or more online through their phone or laptop without running a business. It's through something called appointment setting. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, just quickly like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. So for the guys who already are familiar with my channel and know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be talking about appointment setting. Now, if you're new, if you don't know what it is, all it is that you are setting appointments for business owners, specifically business owners that sell things online. For example, online courses, online coaches, online consulting, and social media marketing agencies. These types of businesses, they need more clients, right? So does every other business, service-based business. They need more clients. But as the business grows and gets more busy, as the business owner gets more responsibility on their hands, they don't have all the time in the world to be speaking to these potential clients. So they need someone like you to essentially do that for them, okay? So imagine this is you, and the way you're going to go about making this 1 to 3K a month online as soon as possible is by, as you know, getting into appointment setting. And how you're going to do that is by getting placed into an offer, getting placed and start working for a business owner, specifically a solid business owner, one that has a solid business, that has all the requirements that I'm going to go through later. You don't just want to work for example, a startup, a business owner who has no idea what they're doing, who has no potential clients, no, as we call, lead flow. Otherwise, you're just going to sit there twiddling your thumbs. Okay, so I just break it down into 3 steps. Excuse me. Just break it down into 3 steps. First one being landing a position. Second one being actually doing the skill and setting appointments, knowing how to actually book these people in. And then the third one is scaling and sustaining, which means staying consistent, keep doing what you're doing, trying to avoid the ups and downs of business and of appointment setting. Okay, so you have consistent months coming in and out. So the first part, which is going to be landing an offer. So we're going to go through, like I said, the types of businesses you want to be working for and aiming for are these 4. I call it the big 4, okay? Any other businesses outside of that, sure, you could land an offer with, but it's just going to be a bit harder. There might just be a bit more nuances, but these are the proven 4. And then some things you want to look out for is, have they got a decently sized audience? For example, 5K plus followers on Instagram, 5K plus on Twitter. I just say 5K because that's what I've seen to be best for, through experience. Just because we want to make sure that they have consistently growing lead flow, which is basically the amount of potential clients and customers coming in. Could be followers, could be subscribers, etc. So that we have plenty of people to speak and reach out to, all right? The next thing you want to look out for is their offer legit? And the way you can tell that is, do they have case studies on their page? Do they have testimonials? Do they have student interviews on their YouTube, for example, or on their page? Do they have happy clients? Because we just need proof that what they're selling actually works and genuinely changes lives. Because we don't want to sell a scammy offer. That's not what we want to. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we want to do. Like I say here, we don't want to sell a scammy offer and become part of the problem, all right? So I want you guys to be selling for solid, proven offers that actually help people, and these are some ways you can tell that. The next thing, kind of branching off of the last point, is what is actually their offer, and is it clear? Do they make it clear what they do? Do they actually, for example, if they're selling Facebook ads for dentists, does it actually show, is it actually clear that they sell Facebook ads for dentists? Or do they have to kind of explain, and are you even confused about their offer? Because this is really going to help when you sell the offer to the potential clients for them, right? So is their offer clear? Does it actually help? Is there a return on investment? Whatever they're selling, right? It could be dating, I will help, for example, for a dating offer. Is it clear what the outcome is? Is it to help you get a potential girlfriend? I don't know. And last thing is, branching off of that point, is that niche doesn't really matter unless you have a strong preference. As long as it's a good offer. So like I said earlier, you can be in a dating offer, you can be in a make money online offer, you can be in a fitness coaching offer. It doesn't really matter unless you have a strong preference for one. So just make sure it's a good offer. Don't worry so much about the niche. Worry so much more about the type of business it is and what they're doing, okay? The next thing that's going to come into the equation is volume. So this is where a lot of people go wrong. This is where a lot of people complain to me, which is why they're struggling to land an offer. It's because they're not doing enough volume. Because they'll come to me, they'll ask, I haven't landed an offer, I'm struggling. And then I go and ask them, okay, how many people have you reached out to this week? They only say 5 to 10. My friend, that's not enough. We need to up that. And I know it's tedious sometimes, I know it's not the thing you want to do, but this is how you're going to get the results quicker, is by doing volume. So what I suggest starting out, if you want clear concrete numbers, do 15 to 20 a day on IG, 15 to 20 a day on Twitter. And if you want, you can add another 15 to 20 on another platform, whether that be Facebook, LinkedIn. I know some of you guys like to do Facebook or LinkedIn or other platforms, so by all means do that. But the first thing that I would do if you have this, because this is the lowest hanging fruit, it's the easiest way to land an offer before going on to this part, is to use your existing network too. These will be the easiest way to land a role since there's already trust and familiarity built. Okay, join communities if you need to. It'll pay you, it'll pay you dividends and headache in the long run. Even if they're paid communities, guys, I want you to start getting in the mindset of investing in yourself for your future, while just trying to cut corners. And there, you can definitely do this for free. You can do this without spending money, and that's one of the beauties about appointment setting. But you're just gonna give yourself so much of an advantage by getting into the right rooms, even if you have to pay for it, because guess who's in those rooms too? Other people who have made an investment and made a commitment. So the quality of people in there are going to be higher. You never know who you're going to run into. You could run into someone who knows someone who owns a business in this who goes under these 4 categories, and then you land an offer through there, just simply because you were in the right rooms. Okay, so use your existing network if you have friends, family, business owners, people in Telegram, I don't know, in a group chat, whatever. Just use that, and then you can move on to this. And I'd also use these in tandem. Okay, so make sure the volume is high, you're actually speaking to enough people, and you're shooting your shots. All right. In terms of profile, you want to make sure your profile is like your resume, your digital CV. So make sure your profile is on point. Have an Instagram set up, a Twitter set up, Facebook and LinkedIn if you want set up, and other platforms you can get creative too, whatever one you're on. It's just we're trying to reach these people. We're trying to figure out, okay, where are these business owners hanging out? All right, and some basic ground rules for your profile. Make sure it's clean. The profile pic is clean. Bio is there, it tells business owners about you. For example, you're an appointment setter, where are you based, etc. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. 3 to 9 clean posts about you, because you don't want to. The last thing you want to be is an anonymous private account where people can't even tell if you're a real person or not. Okay, people are going to judge you off your first impressions. So you want to make sure that's very strong off the bat, and you don't need thousands of followers. You don't have to be an influencer to do this. Just make sure the basic stuff is in place, so they know you're a real person and someone you can potentially trust. Username, make sure it's your name. Avoid dots and underscores, and then story highlights if you want. Again, just random things, your interests, your results as a setter if you have it, but don't overthink this part. Just have your profile set up, have the basics down, so once you're ready to start doing volume, you're ready. Now, in terms of outreach, I have an outreach method I've given to so many people, and it's done wonders for them over and over again. So if you want that outreach method, just DM me the word send on Twitter and Instagram. Put Twitter or Instagram and I'll send it over to you. Because this outreach method it's been printing interviews, it's been getting replies back, it's been getting people positions, even just for me giving it for free. All right, so if you want that, just hit me up with the word send and I'll send it to you. And then the other thing that people don't really talk about is follow-ups. So some couple ground rules with follow-ups is follow up with everyone you reached out to. Let's say you started doing this. You want to follow up with everyone you reached out to. Follow up if they haven't responded back in one day. So let's say you've reached out to 30 people, and then any of the people who haven't responded back, you want to follow up. Don't just send one message and then give up from there, because the chances of people converting off of your first outreach message is very low, and it also tells the business owner that you're going to be doing the same thing once you're setting for them, because they'd want you to be following up too. So this builds basic discipline, and it shows what kind of person you are. If still nothing, follow up after 2 days. So let's say with someone, they haven't responded back or left you in red after 1 day. Give it 1 to 2 days, follow up again. If still nothing, follow up after 3 days, because you don't want to repeat the same phrases each time. You want to say something different or creative. and we want to be persistent but not pushy, because if we were doing it every day, then they'd get annoyed pretty quickly. But you also want to be persistent, so that's why we space out our follow-ups. That's why 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then if you want to follow up after that, it's up to you. Why follow-ups are so important? It's just easier to get what you want with someone you're already speaking to. You've already built that relationship, or you already initiated that conversation with someone, compared to trying to reach out to a completely new person. You still want to hit up new people every day, so your pipeline is full, you're constantly getting new people in your messages. But you also want to make it easier for yourself by speaking to people you've already spoken to, all right? You've already kind of built that relationship, and you've already found them, all right? And then business owners get busy most of the time, so it's important to constantly remind them. That's just how business is. Some maybe are just lazy to check your message, but again, it doesn't matter what it is, just make sure you're disciplined with your follow-ups. So this is the basic stuff in terms of landing a position. Now at this point, you should have already gotten responses back from business owners who are interested. So people are hitting you up, they're replying back, they're intrigued about what you're doing, and they want to set up a call. So you want to hop on a call with them, and this is going to be most likely like an interview format. And your goal at this point is to fill your calendar with interviews. It's better to have too many interviews, too many calls in your calendar, and be almost swamped, than too little, because it puts you in a place of abundance. And this is going to help you to not be desperate in your interviews. It's going to come from your aura, and it's going to give you the power of options. So even if you get rejected, you've got other options on the table. Now, if a bunch of business owners want to work with you, let's say everything goes to plan, you've hopped on some interviews, and not just one person has accepted you, 2, 3, 4, 5 people have wanted to accept you. The power is in your hands. That's why I want you guys to fill your calendar with interviews. So if a bunch of business owners tell you that they want to work with you, you now have the power to pick and choose who you want to work with, how many people you want to work with. And this is the power is usually in the business owner's hands, because they get to choose whether they want to work with you or not. So now you're in a place of power. Should you work on one or multiple offers? I get this question a lot too. And it depends. That's the answer I say. Just because it depends on if you actually have the schedule and the work ethic to make both of them work. If you're on a position and you want to be on 2 positions, then you're just going to make more money, right? But that's going to come with more responsibility. You're working for 2 people now. That's going to take more time. It's going to take more effort on your end. So it's going to be down to you. Okay? Now, some common questions you'll be asked. For example, what experience do you have? Why do you want the role? What makes you different? What's your long-term goal / vision? Can you commit to X hours a day to the role? So, for example, some logistical questions. And you should just run this like a normal job interview. I'm guessing most of you have had a job interview before, so just kind of treat it like that, but for a way, way better experience, for a way better opportunity. Now, if you don't have experience, don't lie, but I want you to be resourceful. So let's say, for example, you're training yourself daily. Let's say you don't have experience. If you have experience, leverage that. But if you don't, if you're starting from zero, just say you're training yourself daily with my content. You can name drop me if you want, or other gurus' content. Say you're learning YouTube videos, you're educating yourself every day, you're practicing it with a friend, whatever you need to say. And don't actually lie about it. Like, actually practice, and you are actually watching this video right now, so you are training yourself. And for most of the other questions, honesty is best policy. Okay guys, so just filming the second part of this video. Last time had to take a sales call, and then also did some training, did some Muay Thai training. So I kind of got cut in half this video, which I'll edit later on. But yeah, anyways, where did we leave off? We left off over the first part, which is landing a position. So by now, you'll have followed all of this step by step to a T. You would have gotten interviews, you would have landed some offers, or maybe just one offer, you decided to go for one offer, all right? Now the second thing is time to set. So time to actually do the appointment setting. Let's move this here because for later. So number 2, time to set. My channel is full of setter training. The ones who have been in the channel and have been following for a while, they know this and they've been using it. And if you go on my Instagram or my Twitter, my social medias, tons and tons of proof, tons of testimonials of people getting results just from my free content, as well as my paid, as my one-on-one mentorship and other things. But plenty of results you can also get just from the free setter training, which is in my YouTube channel. I even have sorted some of my videos into playlists, so go check that out and implement it. Most importantly, the reason why I think the setter training gets so much results for people is because they actually go ahead and implement it. So go ahead and do that. it's never going to work if you don't implement and actually take action. So second thing is, as I said, just expanding on the first point, is frameworks. It's got things like what to say. I've made videos on follow-ups, etc. Objection handling, everything is there. So you can literally start off with no experience and you can go through my setter training and you'll be all set. And you'll come off as an expert setter, as if someone who's been doing this for years. That's the whole point of my training. I've had people tell me that before, where they're starting from zero experience and yet the business owner is so surprised about how good they are at setting because they kill it off the bat. So the beauty about appointment setting is you can do it from almost anywhere in the world, anytime, and still print money as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection and a phone/laptop, ideally both. But that's the beauty of it, guys. This is why I'm such a big advocate for it. And don't take it from me, take it from other people who've become successful in appointment setting. You know, me just 1 year ago, I was still living. I just freshly dropped out of university. I was living and I was forced to live back at my parents' house. And this is what got me out of there. You know, I was figuring out different stuff. I had many failed businesses in the past. I was running Instagram theme pages. I was trying to resell clothes. I was trying to run my own coaching business. Back then, I wasn't fully ready for it because I didn't have the skills necessary. And when I landed on appointment setting and I started working on a solid offer, that's what got me the money rolling in as soon as possible. So I'm speaking from experience here. This is what led me, you know, like I said, be able to work from almost anywhere in the world. As soon as I started making decent commission and had some money in my savings, that's when I moved out. I went to Thailand for 3 months and then went back to the Philippines, my motherland, and I've been here since June. And if I can do it, you can do it too, because I'm not that special. I'm 21 years old. If you're too young, if you're gonna say you're too young to do it, you're not too young to do it. If you're gonna say you're too old to do it, then that's definitely not the case. All right, almost anyone can do this. Pretty much anyone can do this. Like I say, have a phone, have a laptop, have a Wi-Fi connection, and be ready to hustle. So, the goal of appointment setting, when you start doing it, is to qualify people to see if they're a good fit for your service, and if they are, get them to book a call. So you're here to help. Like I said, from the earlier points, you should be on an offer that's actually legit and it actually helps people and changes lives. That's why you have to do not too much to the point where you're wasting your time and overthinking it, but just enough due diligence, just enough background checks. You know, you want to make sure you're selling something that's legit and changes people's lives. So the goal when you're appointment setting is to qualify people, meaning seeing if they're a good fit or not for the service, and if they turn out they are, you get them to book in a sales call. Now, you get them to book in a sales call. The big thing about booking a sales call is I'm going to emphasize booking a call. You want to emphasize that you're trying to sell the meeting. You're trying to sell the idea of hopping on the phone. Don't try, unless instructed to by the business owner you're working with, don't try to sell the service in the DMs. Don't do that. That's a big mistake that people make. You just want to get them qualified enough, see if they're a good fit, and speak to your business owner about what they deem as a qualified person, a qualified lead, what they see as a good fit. Maybe it's a certain amount of finances they're ready to invest. Maybe it's the type of person they are. Maybe it's a certain age. Maybe they have to be from a certain country. I don't know. Maybe they have to have certain pain points and certain goals in mind. So your goal is to qualify first. If they're a good fit and they qualify, book them in for a call. Sell the meeting itself. Sell the idea of hopping on a call. Don't start talking about the offer, the price. God forbid the price. This is a big mistake people make. You never really want to sell the price. You want to just sell the idea of getting them on the call, and then the salesperson, the closer, is going to do the rest of the work. That's how you're going to get paid, right? You want to prioritize. Yes, you want to qualify them, make sure they're a good fit, but you also want to prioritize volume. Because at the end of the day, if the closer's not taking calls, then what's the point? What's the point of you? Everyone's just wasting your time, including you. So get them to book in a call, sell the meeting, not the service itself, and your time will be a lot easier. And then after this, just do it as much as possible. Like I said earlier, just do it with as much volume as possible. Just get more and more qualified people on the calendar, and then everyone's going to be happy. Because the more qualified meetings you book, the more sales calls the closer is going to have. As a result, the more deals are going to close. Not everyone's going to close, but the more deals are going to be closed, and as a result, the more commissions that you make, and then you'll be well on your way to doing whatever you want to do with that money. Okay? Now, the last thing is scaling up. So remember, just to recap, there's only 3 parts to this. There's only 3 parts to start making 1 to 3K a month, if not more, online as soon as possible. Getting that in your bank account, getting a setter position, actually start setting, and then the third thing is keeping that consistent, scaling up into bigger opportunities. Because I'm sure once you start making this money, you don't want to just stop there, right? You want to keep it going, and you want to make more. So the last thing is scaling up. So by now you've got on an offer and you've made your first few commissions after your intro into Wi-Fi money. So there are some potential routes you can go. Let's say you've been doing this, you've cracked the code, you're finally making commission, you're making a decent amount of money, 1K to 3K a month. You've been doing it for a few months now. What's next? Okay. What I tell people all the time is appointment setting is a stepping stone, not a be-all end all. This is where a lot of people go wrong as well, and this is where a lot of people might think appointment setting is a scam. It's not a scam. Closing is not a scam, because you're seeing it the wrong way. You're seeing it as a means to an end. It's not a means to an end. It's a stepping stone for bigger opportunities, bigger and better opportunities. Because what are you doing with appointment setting? You're learning the skills. You're making cash, and you're also using that cash to reinvest in yourself and improve your life. And you're also equipping yourself with the right mindset. And you're also working under a solid person, a solid community, a solid team, business owner, and whoever your team is. Okay, so you're equipping yourself with all these future opportunities. It's not something that you're going to stay at forever, because then you're going to be capped forever. So continue appointment. So there's a couple ways you can go about it. You can continue appointment setting full time and stack up as much commission as possible. You know, if your goal is to just stack up have as much money in the bank as possible, then do that for a couple months until you get absolutely bored of it or you see a better opportunity. You can do that. For most people, it's going to be to the point where they can quit their 9 to 5 or uni, or quit uni or quit college, or quit if they're doing both, then quit both. If it matches their 9 to 5 income, their part-time job income, or exceeds it, then that would now be a good time to quit it and start enjoying life and start enjoying the fruits of your labor. Other people, like I said, just want to have as much cash in the bank as possible, maybe to deploy for other things. The next thing you can do is upgrade to being a high ticket closer. So this is now when you're actually hopping on the phones and closing the deals yourself, which is going to land you even bigger commission, even better commission, and arguably you're learning the more important skills. So some people say, should I learn appointment setting? Should I learn sales? If you're just starting out, appointments, it depends on you, right? For some people, they want to get into sales. Some people just want to get into appointment setting to get their foot in the door and then work their way up into sales. With high ticket sales, now you're actually hopping on the phone, and this is where you really make the big bucks. You make the big commission, and you're learning the skill of sales itself. So that's quite an upgrade, and this is what most people would do, because then they're still not running an entire business by themselves, but they're making more money, they're making more commission, and arguably in the same amount of time and effort. Obviously you have to learn sales, like you have to learn a new skill, but with the same amount of time given, you can make a lot more money without still having to run your own business and the stress that comes with that, and you don't have to make your own offer. So most people, I see them go to high ticket closing. You can do that. You can start your own business using the cash and skills you've acquired, like I've mentioned earlier. And whether that be in a different business entirely, that could be e-commerce, that could be trading, that could be crypto, that can be, I don't know, affiliate marketing. That could be whatever business that you had in mind, because now you're in a better position. You got the cash, you got the skills, and you got your freedom back. You can work remotely doing this, and you can work almost on your own schedule. Another thing that I missed out here is some people like to do this. Become a setter or a sales manager, where instead of you doing the setting or sales yourself, you're now managing other people under you who are doing the setting and sales for yourself. Now you're probably wondering, okay, how is this an upgrade? How is this scaling up? How am I gonna make more money? Well, first of all, you're not doing the setting or the sales yourself anymore, really. You're just overseeing things. You're being a manager. And then what I see, the most common way you get paid as a setter or a sales manager is by a percentage of the revenue or the profit that the business makes as a result of you managing well. So this is going to be performance based still. It's going to be down to, and there's a correlation to how well you manage your team correlates to how much money you're making, and you could be on a set percentage of how much revenue, and then that's how you're going to get paid. Okay, but this appeals to people who have like a more managerial personality and simply just want to like oversee from above. You want to train setters under you, you want to show them the sauce, you want to keep them accountable, and this might be a good fit for you. You could explore that as well. And obviously the world is your oyster. You got a ton of options going for you after setting. I mean, if you want to stay setting forever, that's fine, but ideally you're scaling up into bigger opportunities. Like, don't hold yourself back. Like, there's plenty of money out there to be made, so the world is your oyster. Do whatever you want, do what you need to do. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. This is what I do to start making 1K to 3K a month online ASAP. It's just 3 pillars: getting a position, doing the setting, and then scaling up. So I hope that helps. I hope you take action on this and it actually helps you, and it actually helps you in the real life, and you're actually making 1 to 3K a month online as soon as possible, because there's a lot of freedom in this. As I said, I'm a big advocate for this. It's what changed my life personally. And like I said earlier on in the video, you could do this on your own. You could figure out all the steps and do it for free and make mistakes along the way, learn the hard way, as some people would say. Or you could speed up the process and just get the blueprint handed right in front of you, and especially have not just someone who's been there, done that, but also other students, other people who are in the same journey as you, keeping you accountable, keeping you motivated, and giving you sauce and answering your questions should anything go wrong along the way. It's just a fast track to success. You know, we're basically fast tracking all 3 of these steps. So if you want something like that, this month I've opened one-on-one mentorship slots. You can check the student results and the testimonials on my Instagram and my Twitter. Mainly on my Instagram, but Twitter I'm starting to be more active on there again. I have a student interview with one of my students called Ray coming out tomorrow or the next day, or I'm going to film it tomorrow, where he went from zero. He's a 21-year-old. He's living in America. You know, he went from zero to start making 500 to 1K plus per week through doing this exact same thing. And I'm super proud of him. Can't wait to interview and have him break down his process more, so you guys can understand how he actually did it. So yeah, student interview on the way. If you want to be a part of the next student interview or potentially be a part of it, and you want my one-on-one direct help, link in the description. You can book in a call. We'll see if we can help you out, if this is a good fit for you. If not, absolutely no worries. It's no strings attached. I'll just point you in the right direction, maybe give you some action steps as well, so you're walking away from the call that you book better, regardless if you join the program or not. But anyways, if you're interested, link in the description, book a call with me, and we'll see if you're a good fit and if I'm fit to mentor you one-on-one. For this month, there's 5 slots, and if you want to speed up your progress. Okay, so this is what I do, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video thoroughly. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and keep out for that student interview, and I'll see you in the next one.